Hello, everyone. Is the microphone working? All right. We'll get it working, right? Is it working now? All right. Welcome to 2024-2025 Friday Night Folk Music Series. Woo! And what I'd like you to do right now is behind our sound engineer this is live stream, so be on your best behavior. But you can turn around and wave to everyone that's online. Hello, everyone. This year we have a season ticket holder that's going to do it all live stream. How good is that? So anyway, if you'd like, you still have that opportunity. If not, please come every month as much as you can. We love having you. Before I bring on Dot to introduce tonight's band, Friday Night Folk at All Souls has been around since 1989. Some of our performers tonight were not born at that time.
Who started it?
Oh, I don't know. Some crazy guy had some dream. We are not for-profit organization, but we have ties to All Souls. We want to thank All Souls for sharing this hall. It's really a blessing. Thank you, All Souls. Make sure to silence your phones. The other thing I just want to let you know is that the exits. There's an exit to your right. If you turn around, there's one right over there. If you go right behind where the food is, which everyone probably has been with the food. If not, there's still some left. But there's an exit there. There's also the exit where you walked in. And there's an exit halfway down the hallway. So I think there's plenty of ways to get in here and get out of here. The other thing is there's a ladies' room and men's room in the hallway and a room for family near where you got the tickets if you want to use those restrooms. We thank the many people who bought season tickets. We really appreciate it. It gives us that little boost at the beginning of the year that gives us that so we can keep doing this. The Friday Night Folk Board, Katrina, Judy, think of Judy tonight. She lost her grandnephew, 9 years of age, to a car accident. So we're thinking of Judy tonight. Dot, who will be up here real soon, John Betcher, Ben, parent, welcome you to our 2025 season. Come on up, Dot.
We're in training. You have up. Excuse me. Good boy. Come here. Sit. 11 months. That's for my emotional help. I don't think it's going to work. Emotionally, I'll still be crazy. Welcome to Friday Night Folk. I'm so glad you're all here. You are in for an amazing, incredible, multi-talented night of music. I have to tell you that I got this in the mail, not this exact one. The one that I got in the mail is at home stuck in my CD player. I got this in the mail and I was told I had to listen to it. People tell me that all the time. I get music in my mail at least 5 times a week, and usually it's garbage, quite frankly. This is not garbage. These guys are talented. They're all invested in some way in our community. They all have their own stories to tell, so I'm not going to go into those. But I believe that being here tonight, you're going to be exposed to some things that you've never seen before. You may also be exposed to some things that you know very well. I think that you'll be able to, as all Friday night folk people like to do, you'll be able to sing along a little bit. You'll be able to clap loud. You'll be able to laugh. You'll be able to cry. And most of all, you'll leave here with your heart feeling full of pure, unadulterated entertainment. Please welcome to the stage the Bards of Gungywamp.
Thank you, Dot. Thank you, Nick. How's everybody doing?
Very welcome, Joe.
Hey, Dot. Or you got it? Thank you.
That, there.
Of course, if you know any of the words, please sing along. Australia, brown Cape Horn, and we're bound for South Australia. All the way, rolling kings, heave away, all the way, you'll hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. I stepped out one morning fair, heave away, and all the way, I was there, I met Miss Nancy Blair, and we're bound for South Australia. All the way, rolling kings, heave away, all the way, you'll hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. But one thing's on my mind, heave away, all the way, that's leaving Nancy Blair behind. Now we're bound for South Australia, all the way, rolling kings, heave away, all the way, you'll hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. And as we ball up around Cape Horn, heave away, all the way, I'd wish to God you'd never been born. Now we're bound for South Australia, all the way, rolling kings, heave away, all the way, you'll hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Rolling kings, heave away, all the way, all song. We're bound for South Australia. Thank you. Thanks. Down the glen came McAlpine's men with their shovels all slung behind them. I was in the pub where we drank our sub, and in Suffolk County homes you find them. We sweated blood and washed down mud with pints and quarts of beer. Now we're broke and we're on the road with McAlpine's Fusiliers. I stripped to the skin with old Marky Finn, way down on the Isle of Grain. With a horse-faced tool, we knew the rule: no money if we stopped for rain. McAlpine's gut was a well-filled hud, your shoulders cut to bits and seared. And Bodie, who'd look for tea with McAlpine's Fusiliers. He fell into a concrete stairs. What the gairman said when he found him dead, it wasn't but a priest to call prayers. I'm a worker short, was his one retort that crossed unto my ears. When the going is rough, it must be tough with McAlpine's Fusiliers. I've worked till the sweat, it near had me bet with Russians and Czechs and Poles. When shuttering jams up in hydro dams or underneath the Thames in a hole. I crafted hard and I got my card. Had many a boss man fist across my ear. If you pride your life, don't join by Christ with McAlpine's Fusiliers. Don't join by Christ with McAlpine's Fusiliers. Thank you. Thanks. An old Irish work song. I'll do a Scottish wailing song. It's a ship, me lads, for the Davis Strait we're bound, and the Cayid is all garnished with bonny lasses round. Captain Thompson gives the order to sail the ocean wide, where the sun it never sets, my lads, nor darkness dooms the sky. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship the Diamond goes fishing for the whale. Quay of Peterhead, the lasses stand around with the shawls all pulled around them and the salt is running down. Well, don't you cry, my bonny lass, though you'll be left behind, for the rose will bloom on Greenland's ice before we change our minds. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. To the revolution, likewise the Eliza Swain. A health to the rattler of the lay and the diamond ship of fame. We wear the trousers of the white and the jackets of the blue. When we get back to Peterhead, we'll have sweethearts anew. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. Bright both day and night when Greenland lads come home, with ships all full of oil and money to our name. We'll make the cradles for to rock and the blankets for to tear. And when we get to Peterhead, we'll say, hush-a-bye, my dear. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. And it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes fishing for the whale. Thank you.
Thanks. We are the Bards of Gungywamp. We all hail from New London County, except him. He's from New York. He's an imposter. But he's lived here long enough. I did raise him up here, and it's you.
I was born there.
You were born there, and you were raised there by me.
For like 2 years.
For 2 years, we raised you well. He's my son. Doesn't look like it, but he's a strapping young lad. He's going to sing a couple of songs in a moment. Listen, I made mistakes when I was younger. But we are the Bards of Gungywamp. We're very happy. I've known Claire and Nick for a while. They're wonderful people. I don't even know where they are. It's so dim in here. But we really appreciate you having us in this place, and we are enjoying ourselves here. We hope you are enjoying yourselves. We'll, talk a little bit more about ourselves later on, and we'll use a song to teach you a little bit. Things you might know and things you might not know. Thank you so much.
Years ago, on a cold, dark night, there was someone killed beneath the town hall lights. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. And she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave where the night winds wail. Nobody knows and nobody sees. Nobody knows but me. Judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life. I had been in the arms of my best friend's wife, and she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave where the night winds wail. Nobody knows and nobody sees. Nobody knows but me. The sky is high and eternity nears. She stood in the crowd and shed not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold wind moans in the long black veil, she cries over my bones, and she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave where the night winds wail. Nobody knows and nobody sees. Nobody knows but me. And she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave where the night winds wail. Nobody knows and nobody sees. Nobody knows but me. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you sure how long we were?
I think this is the first one we're going to do that we wrote. Original.
First one you ever wrote.
Not the first one we wrote, but the first one we played tonight that we wrote.
Oh.
Two, actually. Two together. The thing,
You and Craig, right?
yeah. A thing we learned from some of the Irish bands that we like is they kind of do a song and then put a tune after it, so just like the last one we did, and we kind of made up our own of that. Ready? Well, I'm a stowaway on a great ship bound from Spain. I'm in the hold wrapped in my cloak, Jack Folly is my name. I slit the throat of my master, great rewards for me they'll claim. So out at sea is where I'll be till we reach a foreign land. The seas there all in boil, while my stomach flips and churns. But I'd rather die a free man than to serve it to return. If this great oaken vessel brings me to my watery grave, my soul will wander freely out across the open waves. I was a young man with a long life out ahead. When that famine hit, I would have killed a man for bread. I stole a cow and sold my plow, then a judge cut off my hand. He put me in the service of a man I cut down dead. The seas there oil and boil, while my stomach flips and churns. But I'd rather die a free man than to serve it to return. If this great oaken vessel brings me to my watery grave, my soul will wander freely out across the open waves. And it's heave away. Don't let them drag you underneath the wave. How the trade winds roar until we return to land again once more. To a new land is where I'm bound to go. I've had to leave my family and everything I know. Down here in the cargo is my one and only home. So I carve these lines into the side, it's a stowaway's last home. The seas there oil and boil, my stomach flips and churns. But I'd rather die a free man than to serve it to return. If this great oaken vessel brings me to my watery grave, my soul will wander freely out across the open waves. Thank you.
Take those things right off your master plan. Take so many that made up insane. For me, that was fun. I hate you.
But as I was going over them far-fetched Caribou Mountains, met with Captain Farrell and as money he was counting. First produced my pistol and then produced my saber. Said stand and deliver, for ye were a bold deceiver. Musharing dabba-doo dabba-da. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. Put it in my pocket and I sent it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me. But the devil's with my Jenny, for she never can be easy. No sharing dubba-doo-dubba-da. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Into my chambers, all for to take a slumber. Dreamt of gold and jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. Jenny drew my charges, and she filled them up with water. Sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Masharing dubba-doo-dubba-da. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Real early in the morning, before I rose to travel, up comes a band of footmen, and with them Captain Farrell. I first produced my pistol, first she'd stolen away my saber, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Masharing dubba-doo-dubba-da. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. If anyone can aid me, it's my brother in the army. Pocket learn his station out in Cork or in Killarney. If he'll go with me, we'll go roaming through Kilkenny. I'm sure he'll treat me better than me old Miss Sporting Jenny. Masharing dubba-doo-dubba-da. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, some take delight in the carriages rolling, others take delight in the fishing and the bowling. I take delight in the juice of the barley, and courting pretty fair maids in the morning, bright and early. Masharing dubba-doo-dubba-da. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Oh, masharing dubba-doo-dubba-da. Back for the daddy-o, back for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. Seriously? You want to keep it right there?
It's an Irish love song. Come over the hills, my bonny Irish lass. Come over the hills to your darling. You choose the road, love, and I'll make the vow, and I'll be your true love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the point. But my love is fairer than any. Was down in Killarney's green woods where we strayed. The moon and the stars, they were shining. shining. The moon shone its rays on her locks of golden hair, and she swore she'd be my love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. It's not for the parting that my sister pains. It's not for the grief of my mother. It's all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass, that my heart is breaking forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. Thank you. Thank you. This next one's certainly a sing-along. If you just imagine you're on a ship, hauling some sheets up, pulling in the anchor, what have you. It's called Holloway Joe. When I was a little boy, my mother often told me, oh, way Holloway, well, Holloway Joe, that if I did not kiss the girls, my lips would grow all moldy, oh, way Holloway, well, Holloway Joe, way Holloway, we'll haul for better weather, way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe, way Holloway, we'll Holloway together, way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. You call yourself a second mate, you can't even tie a bowling, oh, way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. You cannot even stand up straight while the packages are rolling, oh, way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Way Holloway, we'll haul for better weather. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway together. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. King Louis was the king of France before the revolution, oh, way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Then he got his head sliced off, it ruined his constitution, oh, way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Way Holloway, we'll haul for better weather. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway together. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Way Holloway, we'll haul for better weather. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway together. Way Holloway, we'll Holloway Joe. Thank you. All right, so we got a couple more before a little intermission. If we have time. One more? What's that? All right, one more. We'll do the, should we do a jig or the Gungywamp story?
We should do our origin story.
All right, the Gungywamp story.
I recognize the tune.
We got our name from a stone site in Groton. It's actually, the equinox is coming right up, and one of the really cool things about it is the sunlight shines through a hole in the back of the chambers right at the equinox. It's thousands of years old. No one exactly knows who built it. There's a lot of theories.
And you know the private owner of that land loves it when everybody gets out there. So come on, y'all. Let's go out to
They take people on the.
Don't make up excuses for them. Come out to Gungywamp. My boy, he's
I think on the
speaks.
Equinox there is scheduled events.
And during the intermission, I think there's still some snacks back there. We do have CDs with our songs on there, shirts, stuff. Come and find us. And
Ear snacks.
our friend Sam's back there at the table. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. There's a place no one knows, a place that no one goes, and it's hidden on the coast of old New England. And if you truly dare, well, we will take you there. Oh, it's time to follow us into the forest. Come on out to Gungywamp, we'll meet you in the swamp, alongside the rivers and the green woods. By Long Island Sound, a mystery is found. My brothers and my sisters, can you feel it?
Well, have you heard them tell of the fairy sprites and elves? Well, spun their tales and yarns out in the forest. They crawl from the cave homes, gather round the circle stones, and offer up the words of this fine chorus.
Come on out to Gungywamp, we'll meet you in the swamp, alongside the rivers and the green woods. By Long Island Sound, a mystery is found. My brothers and my sisters, can you feel it? Was it Viking punks that built the dwelling homes and solstice calendars on the old Algonquin lands by the Namiog sands, where the sachems met their enemies and challengers? Come on out to Gungywamp, we'll meet you in the swamp, alongside the rivers and the green wood. By Long Island Sound, a mystery is found. My brothers and my sisters, can you feel it?
And on the equinox, we'll dance among the rocks, while the sunlight shines into the sacred chamber. And it means a lot to me when you play that chord in C, and you summon up the spirit of an ancient stranger. Come on out to Gungywamp, we'll meet you in the swamp, alongside the rivers and the green woods. By Long Island Sound, a mystery is found. My brothers and my sisters, can you feel it? And on that special day, the green aliens from space came to that sacred place to share their knowledge. And all of those around witnessed epic sights and sounds. Majestic splendor waits for all of those who follow. Come on out to Gungywamp, we'll meet you in the swamp, alongside the rivers and the green woods. By Long Island Sound, a mystery is found. My brothers and my sisters, can you feel it? Come on out to Gungywamp, we'll meet you in the swamp, alongside the rivers and the green woods. By Long Island Sound, a mystery is found. My brothers and my sisters, can you feel it? Come on out to Gungywamp, we'll meet you in the swamp, alongside the rivers and the green woods. By Long Island Sound, a
mystery is found. My brothers and my sisters, can you feel it?
Thank you.
Are they having fun? Are you having fun? Awesome. So you have a 20-minute break. The bathrooms are there and out in the hall for the family bathroom. The snacks are on the table. Back in the back right there, there's a really beautiful brunette, and she's selling swag. So go visit her. Her name's Sam. And we'll be back in 20 minutes.
That's close enough. We're going to get started here. I hope you had a chance to meet some of the other Friday night folks here. It's a great community, and it's such a joy to see such a great audience. Isn't Bards of Gungywamp good? And I really shouldn't say just good, they're excellent. They're excellent. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about the rest of our season, and especially you, the people that got the season tickets. You've done your homework already, but I'll help everyone else out. Anyway, October 11th is Arlene Wow. And when we say wow, this woman performed for us a couple years, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. What a voice. It's just, you love it. You'll have a great time, great music, great sound. And then we have Carrie Powers with Marco Giovino. And if you had an opportunity this last summer, she performed at the Arboretum. They do a concert series there, and I believe she was the head performer for that night. A powerful voice. Please listen to her. And then and also opening is Ada May. She's a young, I think she's 16 or 17 years of age. And hey, you heard her here. You heard her here. Come. She'll be opening up the act. And then we take December off, and then we'll start up in January with Jeff Kaufman. And Jeff is here tonight. He has a new album out. Rick Coster did a great article on it. You got to hear it. And then in February, we have Love Songs. Love Songs. It's February 14th, so what else are you going to do that night? We're going to do a benefit for the Haitian Hub. And if any group of people in this country need help, is the Haitians. And then in March 14th, we have Claudia Schmidt. How many of you have heard of Claudia Schmidt? All right. You're in for a treat. And then we have a fella, Guy Davis, April 11th. And then we have Steve Elsie Family. It's going to be a family concert. I think we're going to start like at 6:30 that night. We'll hopefully bring in a lot of kids, and it's just a really great evening. You'll have a lot of fun. And that's our season. Isn't that a really good season? Let's hear it for the Friday Night Folk Board. So anyway, let me bring back the Bards of Gungywamp. And I'm remembering what my wife told me. You see these beautiful flowers in front here?
My son made those.
Nick Capoza, the bass player, grew those beautiful flowers.
If anybody's in need of flowers, hit me up.
Yeah. So the Bards of Gungywamp.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you. That was a couple. It was an Irish air and an American fiddle tune. The first one's
Across
called
the pond in that one.
Across the Pond, Shebeg Shamor. It means small fairy mountain, big fairy mountain, and in Gaelic. And the second one's Arkansas Traveler, which I found out after we started playing it that it was my great-great-grandfather was a fiddler, and it was one of his favorite tunes to play down in Virginia. And
Arkansas.
He wrote that one.
Arkansas, yeah. And I liked playing it too, so it was a cool connection. This next one is also a little mashup of Irish and American, both songs called Mountain Dew. Not the popular soda, but the moonshine, if you will.
Back in the bootlegging days.
Waters flow in a free and easy way, but give me enough of the railroad stuff distilled from Galway Bay. And policemen all from Donegal, Sligo and Leitrim too. Well, give 'em the slip and we'll take a sip of the real old Mountain Dew. Aye-dee-did-lid-lum, skilly-oo-lid-lum, skilly-o-dad-dilly-aye-ay. Skilly-aye-oo-lid-lum, skilly-oo-lid-lum, skilly-o-dad-dilly-aye-ay. There's a neat little sill where the smoke curls up to the sky. By the smoke and the smell, you can plainly tell there's a poaching brewing nearby. It fills the air with odors rare betwixt both me and you. When home you roll, you can take a bowl or a bucket full of Mountain Dew. Aye-dee-did-lid-lum, dilly-oo-lid-lum, dilly-o-dad-dilly-aye-ay. Aye-dee-did-lid-lum, dilly-oo-lid-lum, dilly-o-dad-dilly-aye-ay.
Mr. Roosevelt told him just how he felt when he heard that the dry law went through. If your liquor's too red, it'll swell up your head. Better stick to that good old Mountain Dew. Well, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, them that refuse it a few. I'll hush up my mug if you'll fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, Jeff. The preacher rode on by with his head hoisted high. Said his wife had come down with the flu. Achoo! Said that I ought to give him a spot of that good old Mountain Dew. Well, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, that never fills their view. I hush up my mug if you'll fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. them narrow fields that are few. I hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Well, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. Well, them narrow fields that are few. I hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
Thank you so much.
It's another sea song from up in Canada.
So that was Irish, American, Canadian.
And for just one time, I would take a Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. Westward from the Davis Strait, 'tis there 'twas said to lie, the sea route to the Orient, for which so many die. Seeking gold and glory, leaving weathered, broken bones, and a long forgotten, lonely cairn of stones. And for just one time, I would take a Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter, I take passage overland in the footsteps of brave Kelso, where a sea of flowers began. Watching cities rise before me, then behind me sink again. This tardiest explorer riding hard across the plain. And for just one time, I would take a Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one more line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. And through the night behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, Daniel Thompson, and the rest, who cracked the northern ramparts and cleared a way for me to race the roaring onrush to the sea. And for just one time, I would take a Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a Northwest Passage to the sea. How then am I so different than the ones who came this way? Like them I left a settled life, I threw it all away to seek a Northwest Passage at the call of many men, to find there but the road back home again. And for just
Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea.
And for just one time, I would take a northwest passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wild and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My son wrote that when he was press ganged onto the ship, the North America, which will come up in a little while, folks.
We're just doing it.
Well, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a Friday night folk wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a Friday night folk wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a Friday night folk wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. And a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a circus show wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a circus show wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a circus show wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Thank you. Come ashore from sea here and go back to Ireland. Pikes must be together by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. The pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. Well, then tell me, Sean O'Farrow, where the gathering is to be. In the old spot by the river, right well known to you and me. One more word for signal, token, whistle up the marching tune. With the pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the our shoulder at the rising of the moon. Many a mud wall cabin eyes were watching through the night, and many a heart was beating for that coming morning light. Murmurs rang along the valley like the banshee's lonely croon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. All along that singing river, that dark mass of men was seen. High above their shining weapons hung their own beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, forward strike the marching tune. It's a rally, boys, for freedom. It's the rising of the moon. It's the rising of the moon. It's the rising of the moon. A rally, boys, for freedom. It's the rising of the moon. It's the rising of the moon. It's the rising of the moon. A rally, boys, for freedom. It's the rising of the moon. Thank you. We're gonna do that jig from earlier. We never got around to doing. It's a couple different ones. I believe the first one, Irish Washerwoman, is actually an American written jig. I'm not sure though. And the second one's definitely Irish. It's called Banish Misfortune. It's kind of like a little spell for you.
So this next one is a tune that Jeff wrote a while ago, but I'm gonna sing it because I like it. I stole it.
I'll help you. Well, it's the carpenter's lament. Oh, how many days were spent working on those shacks down by the sea. One day she caught his eye as she was wandering on by with a basket full of flowers she would peddle on the street. Oh, hammer, peg, and chisel. Won't someone meet them in the middle? Oh, rock and beam and board. Will your family stay warm? Will the children do no harm? And are you happy? Are you free? It's a penny for the pauper, and a nickel for his rose, and a dime just to keep shoes on the children's feet. When all is said and done, have they lost or have they won? As they stare out to the sun and let it sink into the sea. Oh, hammer, peg, and chisel. Won't someone meet them in the middle? Oh, rock and beam and board. Will your family stay warm? Will the children do no harm? And are you happy? Are you free? Well, it's the carpenter's lament. Oh, how many days were spent working on those shacks down by the sea. Now he's growing old, and his story has been told. He's been brash and he's been bold, and he is happy, he is free. Oh, hammer, peg, and chisel. Won't someone meet them in the middle? Oh, rock and beam and board. Will your family stay warm? Will the children do no harm? And are you happy? Are you free? Oh, hammer, peg, and chisel. Won't someone meet them in the middle? Oh, rock and beam and board. Will your family stay warm? Will the children do no harm? And are you happy? Are you free?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we did some jigs. Now we're going to do the other traditional Irish dance, reels. Couple reels. Pushing it, so. Jazzing. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
My son wrote that when he was in grade school.
This next one he actually did right.
No, he didn't. I wrote that.
Oh, yeah. We got Jacob on the whistle over here, penny whistle. Also the harmonica, the slide whistle. Craig on the Irish tenor banjo. He learned it just for this band. Nick Capozza on the bass. And stage decoration and the beautiful flowers. Jordan on guitar. Vocals. I'm Jeff.
And Jeff.
And Jeff on the fiddle and mandolin, everybody.
Jeffrey, who put it all together.
This next one's another one off of our album, which you can get right back there, or
So can so generously purchase from us.
it's also online if you prefer online.
Or generously listen to it for
Oh, Marlo, where are you gonna go? Oh, Marlo, don't you know?
Thank you.
He wrote that song.
For me, right, son? You wrote it
For you, hopefully not.
Thanks so much. I think we got a few more. I don't know how we're doing on time.
Nice.
Wizard Watch. Yeah, at least a couple more. But I want to tell you a little more than just these guys' names because it's a fun story. We kind of all gathered together for more than just your names. A story. Yeah, we got together for St. Patrick's Day. Me and Jacob played Irish music together like years ago. Just me and Jordan were living on this farm, and he happened to have his penny whistle with him. And I don't think either one of us knew, sorry, that we played Irish music. But then we just started jamming in the kitchen of the farm there, and yeah, you guys were in a band together, high school or something. Me and Jordan were in bands in high school. Me and Nick were playing out at Camp Harkness in the winter time for the Santa.
Camp Partners every Thursday in the winter.
The Santa, whatever it was. No, it was like a run for cancer or something.
It was for Vicky's sister.
Yeah.
You'll Thrive.
Which is a notable. It's a notable thing.
It's coming.
Noted.
It's got to be coming back up. It was cold. I remember it was cold.
Organization, cause. It's a beautiful thing.
So then we all got together, and we had a gig. It was March 17th, 2020, it was 2020.
C-Day.
Right at the shutdown. So
happened.
we had time to plan after that for a couple years. We got back together.
I'm pretty sure like none of us was. I wasn't even supposed to be in the original part.
No, not me either.
We never would have been there. Had COVID not happened, this band wouldn't exist, is what he's trying to say.
It's all COVID's fault.
And even still.
The silver lining.
And then we went on our Irish maiden voyage, which is this song.
That was the best intro to that song ever. I like that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, 10 more.
Thanks so much for being here with us. Thanks for having us. I remember the...
Thank you very much. Really, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
It's great to be here. Hometown. Great spot. I remember the day that Doc called me and told me I was having one of those days, and then you called me up. Made my day, so thank you.
Those days after that?
It was not, yeah. So thank you.
I remember the day like it was just yesterday.
Well, I used to be a dishwasher, but then my hands got wet. I used to be a carpenter, but I couldn't take the sweat. I used to drive a riverboat, I sank it to its depth. There's a lot of things I used to be, but I don't got nothing left. I used to have a family, I used to have a wife. We settled down in this crappy town and built a happy life. But without no rain, the bankers came and took away our home. So she gathered up the kids and left me all alone. Well, I used to be a dishwasher, but then my hands got wet. I used to be a carpenter, but I couldn't take the sweat. I used to drive a riverboat, I sank it to its depth. There's a lot of things I used to be, but I don't got nothing left. Take a dig. planes, I'll ride again real soon. Now I'm just a howling at the moon. I've been up and I've been down, been in the woods, been in the town. There's a lot of things I used to be, but I don't got nothing now. So if you're asking me how something's done, I'll tell you what to do. You wanna know how to catch a fish, just let it come to you. Oh, why God kept me alive so long, I couldn't tell you that. There's a lot of times I should have died, but you know I ain't dead yet. So let the rain pour down, I won't complain, I'll be around. Get my name out in the fall, 'cause all I ever wanted was a hammock and a dog. But I used to be a dishwasher, but then my hands got wet. I used to be a carpenter, but I couldn't take the sweat. I used to drive a riverboat, I sank it to its depth. There's a lot of things I used to be, but I don't got nothing left. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was. Am I on? Ha! I have electricity. Was that amazing? So, how many more do you want to hear? One more? 5 more? You guys got one more for us? Give them a big, big round of applause.
We got one more.
And a selfish question. Would you guys like to see these guys on TV?
Really sing. No.
Let's see if we can make that happen.
These people love this.
Can we do 2 more? All right. We got a couple. This one's a Bog song. Our acronym name, Bog.
I guess we got it now. Sing along if you know the words, or you'll figure them out. It's yeah.
Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. In that bog there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree. Trees in the bog and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. On that tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb. Limbs on the tree, and the trees in the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. On that limb there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch. Branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the trees in the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that branch there was a twig, a rare twig, a rattling twig. Twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the trees in the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that twig there was a leaf, a rare leaf, a rattling leaf. Leaf on the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the trees on the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that leaf there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest. Nest on the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb, and the tree, and the trees, and the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. On that leaf there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest. Nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the trees on the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. In that nest there was an egg, a rare egg, a rattling egg. Egg in the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the trees and the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. In that egg there was a chick, a rare chick, a rattling chick. Chick in the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch, and the limb, and the limb, and the tree, and the trees, and the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. On that chick there was a feather, a rare feather, a rattling feather. Feather on the chick, and the chick, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, on the branch, and the branch, and the limb, and the limb, and the tree, and the trees, and the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. From that feather there came a bed, a rare bed, a rattling bed. Bed from the feather, and the feather from the chick, and the chick, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch, and the limb, and the limb, and the tree, and the trees, and the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that bed there was a maid, a rare maid, a rattling maid. Maid on the bed, and the bed from the feather, and the feather from the chick, and the chick, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch, and the limb, and the limb, and the tree, and the trees, and the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that maid there was a man, a rare man, a rattling man. Man on the maid, and the maid on the bed, and the bed from the feather, and the feather from the chick, and the chick, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the leaf, and the leaf, and the twig, and the twig, and the branch, and the branch, and the limb, and the limb, and the tree, and the trees, and the bog, and the bogs down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. Where bog a rattling bog a bog down in the valley, oh. From that man there came a seed, a rare seed, a rattling seed. feather from the chick and the chick from the egg and the nest and the nest and the leaf and the leaf and the twig and the twig and the branch on the limb and the limbs on the tree and the trees and the bog's down in the valley. Oh, bear, bog, a rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, bear, bog, a rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, from that seed there came a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree from the seed and the seed from the man and the man and the maid and the maid and the bed from the feather and the feather from the chick and the egg and the nest and the leaf and the leaf and the twig and the branch and the limb and the limb and the tree and the trees and the bog's down in the valley. Oh, bear, bog, a rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, bear, bog, a rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, bear, bog, a rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, bear, bog, a rattling bog down in the valley. Oh. Thank you.
Come on now!
Thank you. I'm gonna catch my
Give
breath.
him a round of applause. He needs that energy to get back to
I know
his home.
about 10 more lines to it, but I was about to pass out. So
This man has a wife to get home to,
You
everyone.
guys said one more song. He's like, what's the longest song I know?
You know, you could have abbreviated the song. Nobody would have known.
The best song.
that's longer.
All right, we got one more. This one is written about a ship that left New London back in 1838. And it was the first place that they wrote down the words to and the tune to the Drunken Sailor. The ship was called the North America. And it was a whaling ship, and here's the story of that ship. Do you want to try? There's a couple sing-alongs. What are they? First one's
Man Overboard.
Man Overboard. Maybe we can point. First one's Man Overboard. Second one, and all these things happen on the ship. Second
learning
one's
this.
Haul 'em in.
In.
And third one's There She Blows. So Man Overboard, Haul 'em in, There She Blows.
Got it.
Well, we sailed from the port of New London,
Running down to the storms around Cape Horn.
and most of us left here with nothing save for the whiskey in our guts come aboard. John Uncas was the grandson of that great Sachem. He jumped ship, made 3 miles for the shore. Man overboard! But we picked him back up, 'cause there's whaling to be done. Sailing on the North America. We're whaling on the North America. We're headed down to Bill on a hard western gale, with our spanker sail sheets to the wind. Haul 'em in with a whole love lifeboat. She's faster than most, and they call her the North America. After 51 days on the wide open seas, where we answered the cry from aloft, there she blows with our harpoons and lance. Those whales had no chance, sailing on the North America. We're whaling on the North America.
It's out to you, it's out to me. Let's all go sit on the Cook Simpson Street. Look at hell and raise to death early in the morning. Pick a hole and take the water, take the roll, and your captain's daughter. Think about your mates who slaughtered early in the morning.
But the captain's a stiff and there's no booze on the ship. I mean, New London, Julie's far ashore. When our whaling's all done, then it's all for me grog. Sailing on the North America. We're whaling on the North America. We're sailing on the North America. We're whaling on the North America. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Gut. Thank you so much, Gut. Ooh, run, run, run. Give him a big hand, guys. Give him a big hand. Thank you guys so much. I'd like to thank you all for coming to Friday Night Folk. I'd like to thank Jeff Mitchell for running sound. Woo! Good job. And Sam for selling swag, and all the production crew of Friday Night Folk. Thank you all. Come back next month for Arlene Wow.
Thank you. He said since tomorrow.